everybody, and welcome back to Tip Tuesday. And today I'm going to show you how to take your normal cartridges that you may have in your regular printer, and I'm going to show you how I take and refill them. So I'm going to tell you all of the things you're going to need. You're going to need the cartridges, some type of plastic. You're going to need some wipes, the needles. You're going to need your ink that you're going to need to put in there, and I will put the description to let you know exactly what ink that I am using. You're also going to need some newspaper and, of course, some gloves to protect your hands. I'm going to set up my area, and then we will get started. Okay, we're going to start with one cartridge at a time. I'm going to go ahead and start with my black. You want to pull out your black cartridge. You want to have newspaper. Also, you want to have painter's tape and paper towel, because you're going to need to put that right here in the circle part to keep it from bleeding out. So we're going to take some paper towels, about 2 of them. I'm going to put some gloves on. And you want to take and put like an apron or something on, because you don't want to make a mistake and get any on your clothes. But we're going to put our gloves on first. I have my wipes also on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to take and fold this. And I'm going to take and tape right over top of this little area right here, your circle. So let's get out some tape. I'm going to get a nice amount just to go over it. Okay, so we got that. We got this right here. We're going to go right over top of this right here like this. And I'm just going to take and tape down in this area right here. Got to make sure it stay down pretty good. I'm going to get another piece. And we're going to tape across. Don't want to cover up this area, because this is where you actually have to take it off of to make sure that you are putting your ink in the right crevice of it. So I'm just going to make sure I got it taped down pretty good, but not too much. So I'm going to tape off on the side. This right here, I have previously already filled this, so I'm just going to pull this back. And the hole I'm going in is a very small little pinhole. Very, very small pinhole. I'm going to take and put that to the side. I'm going to grab a wipe. And I just want to have these off to the side. I'm going to grab my needles, and we shall get started. Okay, so we have completely filled cartridge number 1, which is the black ink. I'm going to sit it on the side and sit it just like that over to the side. I'm going to take and put this in a cup. I have a cup off to the side which has some water in there. I'm going to go ahead and sit my needle in just like that. And we're going to sit that back to the side. Next, I am going to work on my yellow. So this is the ink again. And this is for my refillable regular printer, which is a HP, I want to say it's an 83. No, yeah. It's a HP OfficeJet Pro 8025. And this is the cartridges that I am refilling for it. Once again, we're going to take our yellow. I'm going to take and get a paper towel, a small paper towel. I'm going to take and tape it down. nice amount of tape and paper towel because we have to turn it over. And we want to make sure it blots and keeps the ink from coming completely out. So we're going to take and do like that. Tape it on the side, which should be pretty good like that. All right, and then we're going to take and turn it over. Now I'm going to have to go in and I'm going to have to take this completely back up. So I'm going to need to take one of my gloves off and have another glove on the side waiting. But I'm going to take this right here. You want to pull this up. And I have pulled it up before. I got to remember how I pulled it up. It's been a minute. Because once you fill your cartridges up, you don't have to go back in and continue to fill them up too much. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to locate it. Once I locate it, then I'll show you. Let me find it first. Okay, we are working on our yellow. Here's the hole. The hole is very, very tiny. Very, very tiny, y'all. It is barely seeable. It's very, very, very small. I have that already set up. I have my tape. I have my paper towel right there, my glove on. We're going to go in here. Go into our yellow. And we're just going to make sure we are putting yellow in here. Take my time and fill it up a nice amount. Not too much, but we want to put enough in here so it will fill it up. I have my wipe on the side. We want to wipe that back off. We don't want anything to be all over the place. And we're going to take our cartridge just like this. Like I said, it's a very, very small hole. Just going to go in just like this. Make sure I'm down in there. And you're just going to take your time and allow the ink to flow down in side of the ink cartridges. I might have to take and do one more time. So if I have to do one more time, I will. We will go in here just like this again. Tilt it to the side. You want to take and just pull it back a little bit more. And I think this should be enough ink. I'm going to set that to the side. Go in again. And a lot of times you can tell if it's filled up. This ink pad right here pretty much shows you. And we just going to go in again like this. And we're going to take and go in. And as you can see, it's already saturated. So it's let me know that this one is good to go. I'm going to set that one to the side. We're going to put the rest of this ink back in. Wipe our needle off. Put it in our water that we have sitting to the side. And we're going to go on to the next cartridge, which will be our magenta. Okay, I freed one of my hands up so that I can show you. You're going to go in here. You can pull this tab back. And what I did was I went in here and I took, let me get a pen. And I went in here like this, and basically I'm trying to find the hole, which is the hole a little bit up here. And these are, by the way, remanufactured cartridges that I bought off of Amazon so that I could be able to fill up my own ink, refill them. Got to go in here, and I really got to pull this plastic up. So once you pull the plastic up, it might take you a little while. You want your plastic all nice and neat, go right ahead. Whichever one floats your boat. I'm just simply showing you how I go in here and pull off mine to redo my ink. It's take me a little while, but once you get in here, you will see the hole that the ink does go in. It just takes a little while and a little patience. You gotta have patience to do this. Really, 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 truly do. Because you can't get frustrated. You gotta go in here and you gotta pull the plastic, pull the plastic. Plastic be a little bit strong, but you gotta go in here and pull it off. Once you pull it off, get the sticker piece off, you'll be able to go in here and refill your cartridge. I'm gonna dig in here for a little while, pull it down, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so I have located the hole on there. Take another paper towel again. You're gonna take and fold it like this. Take a piece of tape. Make it kind of smaller than that. And we're gonna, once again, we're gonna put it right here. I can make this smaller. I'll take and cut that down some. And we're gonna take and fold it like this. We're gonna go right on around here like this. Like that. We're gonna make it like that. We're going right. Make sure y'all can see that we're going right in there. You can't miss the hole, it's big. We're gonna put that right here. Let's put our glove on. We're gonna get our magenta. Once again, using the same brand, different color. I'm gonna open my magenta. It already has a hole in it. Take and wipe across it. Okay, and there's the hole in it. Get my magenta needle. And you can find these syringes for this type of, redoing ink. You can also use these type of inks for these type of needles if you're going to go and use it for like glue or anything like that. It has a hole in it for you to be able to use it for things like this, but it doesn't have a sharp point to it. So it is used strictly for different like little crafts and different things like that. So we're just going to take our ink. We're going to fill up our syringe again. I'm going to put a nice amount in here. I might not need all of that. We're going to set that to the side. We're going to grab our cartridge and we're going to go right in here, just like this. I'm going to hold down on the bottom part. And I'm just going to simply take my time and allow the ink to filter down inside of the cartridge. So a little bit at a time. Take your time. And you want to make sure you are getting your ink inside of the cartridge. Just like that. I'm going to refill it one more time and then we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so we have our last ink, which is our blue. Gonna go in the same way. I have already covered it up with my tape and my paper towel. I have already found the hole that we need to put it in to make sure that we have our ink going into our cartridge. It is right here. We're gonna go just like this. We wanna push down, making sure it goes completely in. Probably need to do this one more time. Another thing, after you fill the ink up in your cartridge, you want to kind of leave it like this, upright, so that it can initially go ahead and that ink pad. That's the most important part. You want that ink pad to definitely be saturated so that when you go and put it back in there, it won't keep reading that you don't have an ink in there. So we're going to put that over like this, put it back down on that napkin. I have all the rest of them sitting up. Let's get some more ink and put it in here. We're going to finish this off. And then we're going to let this sit for some hours before I actually can put it back inside of my printer. Go down to here again like this. So it's going to be another part to this video. You just have to come back, stay tuned, because we're going to run a paper test, making sure that it is registering. All of the ink is in there. I'm going to go in a little bit more. Okay, it looks like it is full. I want to go one more time to make sure it is full. Don't want to overfill it, but I want to make sure it has enough ink in there. Okay, it is in there. It's enough in there. All right. I'll take that, put that in my cup. Wipe the top off. Just like that. Check the bottom. Make sure it did go through. This is how you know that your ink is definitely going through. And yes, you are going to have some on there, but that's fine. You just are going to pull that off. Initially take and do a wipe off. Once you do that, you want to sit it down just like that on a paper towel, because you have gotten that first initial dab off. As you can see, it's not anymore. That is coming off, not too much now unless I touch it. You want to go ahead, take all of your cartridges, all 4 of your cartridges. I have them over here on a paper towel. And you want to do just like this and have them sit up just like this. At least for, I want to say maybe about 3-4 hours at the most. That's if you're in a hurry to get back and print something. But I would let it sit longer than that, because you really want it to make sure that it goes down into your ink pad before you actually go and put it back inside of your printer to start printing off anything. I'm going to let this sit like this. Probably even let it sit overnight and come back and actually put it in there. And then we'll do a test on the papers to see if everything has fully taken and have adhered as far as the ink going through and registering. But that is all I have for this today for Tip Tuesday. Join me again when I will have another tip on Tuesday. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And you know how I always say, y'all be safe in these streets.